Audrey Hepburn first appeared as a charming young beauty, dancing her way into the hearts of people across the globe. She came from a generally poor family, but took odd jobs at a hotel. Sometimes she would answer the phone, and other times she would serve the customers directly. Everyone was enchanted by her grace and polite demeanor. Hepburn loved being outdoors, and took great pleasure running through the jungle with animals and people alike. To unwind after a long day, she enjoyed horseback riding out in the country. But everywhere she went, she was admired, and it was often unwelcome. Indeed, men constantly sought her affections. She was hard-pressed to enjoy a simple meal without some love-struck gentleman attempting to woo her. She was even doted on by kindly older men, though they, at least, were more respectful, and she was grateful for their kindness. Yet, in spite of the crude attention she received, Audrey Hepburn spent many nights longing to join the rich parties held nearby. She dearly wished to belong to the world of high society, to be seen as more than just a pretty face. And her wish was unexpectedly granted. A fashion magazine photographer noticed her natural regality. It was evident, even though she was a simple bookstore clerk at the time, Audrey was given rigorous instruction in the ways of culture and fashion, and she took to it with surprising ease. She was already beginning to play the part of a princess at the parties to which she was frequently invited, and she caught the eye of the rich and powerful, including the crown prince himself and a wealthy Brazilian politician. She was the talk of the town and the envy of many. Audrey Hepburn had escalated to the status of royalty, and she was adored by countless fans. But even though she had ascended to a new level, she discovered that some men still treated her as little more than a child. She was furious. After all she had accomplished, she had seen how petty even the best of people could be. Surely society had more to offer than this. She decided to explore the country by hitting the road and getting to know the real human race. As she toured the country in her tiny car, she learned the world was full of people both evil and benign. And some were generous, while others were rather ambitious thieves. This realization reminded her that she had forgotten to secure her home before departing. Fearing the worst, she flew home and discovered that everything she owned had been taken while she was away. Audrey was in agony, with the blinding terror that others would always try to take advantage of her and other innocent people. Even when on dates, she was treated poorly, and she despaired finding the good in others. But if she couldn't find people who would be kind to her, perhaps it was up to her to be kind first. She found joy in helping someone get his car running, and delighted in spending quality time playing with children. Hepburn gave up her material life to become a nun, and dedicated her life to God and improving the world around her. Under this mantle, she inspired some of the greatest men who ever lived, including the legendary Robin Hood. The angels saw her good works, and Audrey Hepburn was allowed to become a spiritual guide, directing the departed to inspire those in need. She made the world a better place all on her own, and the world will forever be in her debt. Thank you very much for watching my tribute to the one and only Miss Audrey Hepburn. She's a really classy lady and has done a lot of good both on and off the silver screen. I worked really hard to make sure this video was a fitting tribute for her. If you think that it was, please click the YouTube button there to subscribe. If you'd like to see other videos like this one, click the picture of David Bowie to see the video I did for him. I would also really appreciate it if you'd consider contributing to my Patreon. The money is put towards paying for the movies that I use for these videos. There are various rewards for donating, so click the Patreon link there to check it out. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one, wherever you are.